Right. Hello everyone, this is Disney67 here, and sorry if you can see glare on my phone. I decided to do, and like and the TV in the background as well, by the way, so sorry about that. I've came up with some theories of movies I've seen, or movies where the theories exist. Some of them might be in the top of my head, more of them are written down, so here are the ones that I came up with. You might agree with this, you mightn't agree with this, but anyway, here we go. Alright, the first one is 30 on 30. The theory for this movie is that Jenna dreamt about being 30 the whole time. Because the reason why I thought of this is because Jenna, when she wished to be 30, she was in her closet, and then when she went back in time to change the past to marry Matt in the end, she was still in the closet, meaning that she was basically dreaming the whole time. I could be wrong, but that was my theory the whole lot. Enchanted and Kate and Leopold. Okay, both of these movies are set in the same universe. What I mean by this is because they're both set in New York City. Both Leopold and Giselle are from different time frames, and they're kind of like they both get transported to New York City with the fall in love, and their modern day lovers ends up being with them in the end. So that's another one. Speaking of Kate and Leopold, another one I've came up with, I was watching this movie last night, so forgive me, is that Leopold is really Wolverine in a coma. I don't know why, because maybe it's because Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, and every time I watch that movie, Wolverine is in my head. And Sabretooth could be related to Wolverine as well. Well, they are actually, they're brothers. But both the actors that play Sabretooth and Wolverine are both in Kate and Leopold, so that kind of makes sense. So, yeah. Bicentennial Man. Okay, this one, it's like a theory I came up with. I don't know why, but every time I watch this movie, that's all I can think of. Is that Andrew is really Daniel Hillard from Mrs. Doubtfire and falls for his youngest daughter, Natalie, the teacher, Miss Honey, played by Embeth Davis, who's also in Bicentennial Man, and she was in Matilda. Yeah, if you can think of it, just think of it, because like Daniel, like he's learned he's dying, so he basically has to, like, he finds this place where they do bionic organs and all that shit, and to us, that's what happened to Daniel Hillard. So yeah, I could be wrong, but that's mad. An existing theory, there's two of them actually. One is about Titanic, where Jack Dawson never existed. He's actually a time traveler. I can somewhat agree, because there's no photos of him whatsoever at all, and like even Rose, when she was an elderly woman, was mentioned about that Jack only exists in her memory, meaning that he never existed. So yeah. Grease. Okay, I can somewhat believe this theory, because the ending was kind of as well. Grease. Sandy was dead the whole time. I agree with that, because you see her in the, what you call it, she was in a beach with Danny, and she was there going on about, oh, just relax, summer together, and I was like, huh? And then the end, when she was saying goodbye, Sandy G, that meant that she was dead, and she goes up in heaven with Danny Zuko. Maybe he died too, maybe they both died, and it's all just a crazy fantasy that the two of them relive, so yeah. Snow White. Okay, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. So Snow White, when Snow White died, when Snow White, like, ate the poison apple, and she was in that little glass coffin, I think that she was actually dead, and that the prince was a guardian angel, and he brought her up to heaven in the end, because you see the castle up in the sky, and I was like, yeah, she is definitely dead, that castle's heaven, the gates will open to heaven, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's my theory of Snow White and the Dwarfs. Anastasia. Okay, this one is clearly my own, and both this and Tangled are from the same universe. What I mean by that is, it's got the same plot, The songs I know are different. I know Anastasia is based on true events and Tangled is fiction, but still they're both very identical. So they could be set in the same universe, like the same time frame, I guess. So yeah. Dark Man. Okay, this movie is a very underrated action superhero movie done by Sam Raimi. My theory of it is that it's the R-rated version of The Mask. What I mean by that is that there is a comic of The Mask by Mike Webb, I think his name is, Mike Richardson, whatever, and his version of the comics had The Mask, Stanley Ipkiss. He'd wear like different masks of different people when he was going through a crazy rampage, and he rips off the mask and you see the green face. Darkman was exactly the same, where he'd steal people's faces and use them as masks, synthetic skin by the way. But the masks only last for like what, an hour and 39 minutes. So yeah, this and the mask are pretty much, you could say Darkman is the twin of the mask. So yeah. What other theories can I think of? Oh god. I don't think there's any more theories I can think of. At the top of my head. Oh god. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the top of my head. Let me know in the comments. Have you any other theories that you might add to this list? Comment down below, and until next time, take care.